Neighbor, if you go into history, no English for the British for no mobile, no more than Christianity by you. So don't go there. Christianity, no neighbor, Christianity, no any English for the into omo and omo do omo village buy and they impose their language on us first of all. Amaya Jimmy. Now we don't have a language as a nation. We don't have any identity. Yeah, Jimmy and yeah say we are confused being first of all. Almost had the French the car hold the mind and also be Jimmy and our Pascal the Kunko. So we will not sit and allow another foreign language to be imposed on us again. It is now at this point we need a national language, a local dialect. Let's promote our own. Enough of the imposed colonial languages. So British for now impose on Mukasa or Yesua. No almost had the Christianity abreya. It does not mean say international and China Arab for so and for also a language in Bra. First of all, they started the slavery. Millions of us already, and then British for also become millions of us, and they impose their language. So that because of say British funding this by almost had the Bible by now Christianity dominating Ghana and then Arab for nobody can be queer almost some formal language so so are we that stupid? And until now no have a competition. First of all, English for no Bible in your media and our religion in your media. And we know the countries that were in Africa or our language in the two with the Arabic. We know what is going on there. A bad language in Ibape, you have to convert by force. The brutality, the unaliving. Look at Sudan, look at Somalia, look at what's happening in the Sahel. Look at Nigeria to impose their laws and everything on us. We know how radical these people are. We know how they treat our people over there. Into slavery. If you catch it, say Kasano is just a language near Bible trauma. Oh, Bible grooming and crank and kitten. You know very well, say about 90% of Ghana for what Arab countries need and are in slavery. Only 10% now because you're free. Now you are grooming the younger ones, with their language. So Musu Benginas are going into slavery, and I say you instead of you, and I say we introduce skills to be knowledge for be the amount. I'm a time or Muniko VJHS senior high school no ones. I know you are not Matsina or Mukuma Budu or Muku, and I say you are grooming them to export them once again. Look at how Ghanaian you to me who will live there. You talk $8, $10. You was Saudi Arabian. Are you grooming the ones, the younger ones, for future slavery? Is that what we are talking about here? Because it's a language. And now China, and only here now technology and innovations are back. AI are back. Teach them, give them business skills. Let them own their land. Let them give them a knowledge. Give them their own languages. Neira, Ga Eira, Dagomba, Dagbani Neira, other languages be Bruhonma Eira. In the next 50 years to come, if you keep say, oh, British for the English buy, Ababeka, Etioko Fabibra, that's first of all English Aba, Etioko Farabra, Germany ba, Spanish ba, Obie ba. In the next 50 years to come, do you think say language na you Ghana ni na better or Honman all will lot like will vanish and it will be erased because as it stands now, Obi country in part, your car, your cast one trying to make ye cow ya look okay. You're already and crying their cabrofo. Now the Arabic back, only you know, and cabrofo or car Arabic, one car Arabic or car French or car Spanish or car Portuguese. Where is your identity? This is what we need to protect. We need to fight, make sure say our language, enra, enfuhono, it's yebenya ye kasa, near kasa naba. I say at this point in time, we need one national language that will bind us, so that will bind us together and build our identity upon. Because a year now we are in the quarter of the 21st century. You rather half of the 21st century now. You will see what is going to happen. Or maybe our own strong will be erased or will be invaded. So when you're strong in your identity, your culture, you are not rooted. You have a jewel mind. Market, and it is happening. It's right now. Now you need identity. Up to now. We are confused being, we are lost. If our mineral resources, we don't have control. Everything we don't have control about it. Your language will be erased. Your identity, your culture, your tradition will be erased with foreign languages. No other than we need to protect our own, encourage all the languages, Bianca or Mokasa. And the language, is what, like, I mean, encourage and I said build your identity. Without your language, you have lost. The first thing we shall does not mean say yes, I'm quite Arabic sound from that. Look at how the Arabs so we treat Ghana for near before. About almost 50 million blacks in Yukumo, castrated or memory in their womb. You know what the British for the Europeans for quite there, and look at the men, look at a look at what they are doing even now in Libya.
Sorry, say me interject kakra. Say when na wo kan wonu anu bi no monte ase no. Once I won't hold on to your own, na wo yira no a. Obi aba obetime brade rough shot over you.
What than akwa? Language. What than akwa? Look at Sudan for. He says Sudan for omokasa omokana ayira. The original language is Nahira. Or more, that's a common native language. And yeah, ethnic cleansing. Now you come Sudan. As I'm talking to you now in Darfur. Or more, that's one language. Now, Monka Arabic form because Munya fully Arabized. Or one yeah, ethnic cleansing. Now you come to say more. So far from 2022 till now, you come almost 8 million. Bibini to 27 because of Monka Arab for the Casa. You're doing ethnic cleansing because they want to Arabize them fully. Me who say dear, your sister will soon know buying. We need security behavior. We need behavior. You have lost your identity, your culture, your tradition, and everything about you will be raised. And when Ibrahim Tuari, and more kono, or more talk no more kono, and yes, or more quantity France for near one for no, and ye jihad groups never a jihad for no muye. Jihad is no West African. Or muye 7. What is their aim? What is their agenda? What is their goal? Is to establish Islamic State of West Africa province. We have ISOM, we have Boko Haram, we have Lakawura, we have JNIM, we have Maku 8 and Ngoche. Their aim is to Islamize and Arabize at all, fully to establish the Islamic State under the Sharia. And no new aim, and no Ibrahim Tyrone, that's what more contour and fighting for. The officer moved to me and confronted me almost 2 years on by and also would declare it's a Islamic State, Arabic language in Babeka under the Sharia, and yet no, and no Baba here. And then they will start telling you, say, you cannot perform this tradition, you cannot do it, you cannot do it. They will start to embrace everything about you. And nobody can hear old Ghana Empire. In Ghana, Obi or northern region, not say Muslim, but main country, then a non Ghanaian invasion. Yeah, it's because the same Arab invasion, and northern region from the by Molly Dagbani people, led by Nagbe one in Crawford. But we are far from Lake Chad, and Kono Mudika could do on almost setting Lake Chad, and some of them moving from Lake Chad, about the present day Ghana. A day in a Mugani free honor. It was because of invasion. Account for the ones who Mugani free the old Ghana Empire, and at the end of Mugani free the old Ghana Empire, and from free and Nimu. It was because of the same invasion with their language, their culture, and everything. And they said, no, we want to protect our identity, our culture, and everything. It's a big Ghana, Mugani Bahano. And yes, had it 12, yet the Omude religion is how bad. And no 99, the northern part of Ghana, no, maybe that's what more accepting. But naturally, none of the ethnic groups that were Ghana being Honoma no practicing this religion, and son of free will be free able to the present in Ghana. Near the tat high. None. You're forced to ye, you impose ye. The fact that we are already under a British for colonization, they are imposed language that does not mean say yes, I'm from more, it's from bra, young forever. We don't need it. Now, first of all, no more cover Islamic schools, and then I feel the whole extended to all public schools. Muhammad said it. Was Islamic education? I'm not the one doing it. And what is the meaning of Islamic education? Obiwa, all my definition of the Islamic education, Muhammad Kai, Niyo.
No, I can't give you an Islamic education, but I can tell you about every education system, especially outside Africa in particular. It is based on every society in their culture, their Chinese for home education is based on their culture and their traditions, and they use their language. India forces are Europe, America, no, they say brofno na kugu into they turn their indigenous people no culture no, and then use their own. Uko South America ni so you know my culture, be language has disappeared because brofno went there and imposed it upon them. Now who share in Ghana for see anwa. Yeah, say an animal accept is use English as a language of instructions, no. You know, they accepted it. But because they accepted English as a language of instruction, I didn't tell me to accept you. Make me go school kakram. Me huna dia kakrano. Me accept it so be some funny language nene. Ne dey by the member impose on me as a language of whatever. I'm not interested. A majority of Ghanaians are not interested in the Arabic language, you know. So we Muslim now you want to read the Quran and you know now person will share, you know. Keep it in the, you know, keep it in the Makalanta and the Islamic schools. She said here, uko Sunday school, you better your Bible, you better Bible. Sana na yasu yano. She see I'm too so be be said. Me pacho mama no si me be jamu. Obi be said. Early morning assembly prayers in all basic school. Kabaya mude, enyamude. The education minister, I don't know what's going through his mindset in Tia Oyesa. Also, it's something that they've planned. Also, from now on, when he was giving the speech, from now on, they're going to add this some languages. And he mentioned Mandarin, and he mentioned Arabic. And who said in Chinese if one also almost looking for means to colonize Africa. So they to come in with their language. Who call some East African countries? They're opening schools. They're not just teaching their language. They are teaching their almost from woman in Shinto or religion. It's like a traditional thing. It's not so much of a religion. Almost training in Antigua and Colano dress like Chinese and teaching it.
Kenya. They are taking some part of Kenya.
Also, when you're proud of you who you are, usu kwate yankopon no obo me to bibini asase so o kire me ma me kasa onfan kanche ma me kire me nyamdinyi ade me kasa no de ehia nyame ana na me bom paye o me kasa mu ade ntin nyame ntie me ade me yebon sam all right nyame na bo me
Africa wrap it up Atika hono but the thing is say China for no kwa na eba Ukraine no omoba ye kasa mu no so ombra besia enye dey say
won fa me won we so chepa papa won fa me
they are saying it's for trade purpose what they no more we dey trade no omo mi share ye kasa na ye bu na say ye sure mo kasa
who is talking? Oh, the thing they say, me
I don't know who is talking.
Okay, the thing they say, Obi or Becca, proud is okay. My young wrapping up, like you wrapping up with Africa, new movie on. The whole thing they say, the real Obi Becca Nibiano, the planet is service on cancer because Harold and the coffer buy. Then go farm by and will be reacted the way or move reacted. Because we know say what comes with the language, we know it, and yes, you know the account, we know it. And I say no crowd is Arabic and 720 Islamic banking, no almost say non-interest banking. Oko with the Bank of Ghana state say the board no measure that Islamic banking, no or measure so with the Sharia law. What do you mean Sharia law? Don't we have a laws in this country? What happened to our constitution? That is where the Islamization or the infiltration starts. That is say, about buy a book, any document say there were already a Sharia law in the country. Which law is that? Don't we have Ghana's law? We don't need it. Oh, the Brahmana will call a Africa or
I just watch
you 3 minutes, now we'll call Africa or wrap it up.
Okay. I can say, you're moving on high of Arab countries and in Sadia, almost buying any money be a city. Now, I didn't know a man penny beca a agenda. Sikana, you only need to you, so what to your mocano. A baby or quacoje Arab frino banks in the frino. O money to say scanner than Amano, and yet Ghana Sican was a kutia. agenda no my den omadro ntino sika ne se yebetu ye se yebe wobete ase ama yenkrofo aba abusua kasa na omode akomukuro mu dia ende de bank ne be ne be yebetu ya se sika no omomo be ye teacher fo ne betu ya omoka nti enye Ghana na etua ye omomi mu ndie me madwene mu de me hu se arab fo ne na ye de etua na kasa de nka busua kasa dodo a eye but yen she obi force say chinchin yakokosua kasa wonye de umpe because you say arab no ewo Ghana dada you say omusua o makaranta empo makaranta na omusua no meme de ostambi na me wonamfo mi no ye ni omo nanse ya na omo ka kire say omo tama na omusua no mudi omo namfofo achi ko Sunday school no mu kwan ya Sunday school for e faso teachers na faso kire Sunday school for na de na ye kire won toboasie ma butrem e ma wote ase but omo de ne de ye kire wa ye de timodi bi ye de hye mu because say e besi abo no e ye force bi nti sa wo po ye de timodi bi ye de hye wu team nti ye hu omo se bi enuanom bebere no o ye obibi kura na on kase o ye de o ye wade because de a hye omo team e wo sa amre no aba ye nkire won toboasie ye de aba na be kire wo nti ne ye hu sese ni nyina no eye ade a eye agenda adentina ka China ne de wan kan kire se Chinese ni de watu teachers ni nyina aka ne mu Arab fo no so what you say eye ade bi o matra se de adwene na se ye tena se hwedi e ma ne bagana ade de Ghana be komu no wanhwa e beduru ba bi no ma se so wa kontu ma beka se wonye de won ko Ghana bi ni ye te Ghana so be mu se aho kire no we de o be ko ye nkrofo we no omunni tema emanipa omunni tema emanipa because you hu say Ghana no Christians ne do so ntena you hu say asunje kakra ye den e wo hono bat yenhwe Africa yenhwe ni Africa nyina yenhwe baby Arab nations na wa Africa yenhwe kwan omo ye den omo fa so asetenem yenhwe sa asunje wo ho ana wo de kasa bi ba ye maninum ye yankasa ye twi kasa na say dagwani ne other language na ka ho ye nsuan bi ade ni say ne de wo ma ye nsuan no na wo di we ba say obi ankonkosuya mementi Arab kasa nti say meba eko school na ye man homework wa Arab ma mere ba school ha ma teacher ni na kire na na so de ba fi ama me ma kire no kasa ne ekosuya na fa so be no o de be ba so omoko Arab countries no eno ma mo man na tumpro nti o mo hu sa no ma ne so mo be sua bi say ye mfa mebo ye man Ghana na mo kasa na mo ye den omo kwotwe aba ye kasa ne keke ye shabia lo no mo pese omo ye den omo de ba Ghana nti Ghana fo aduru mmara ye nyina be ye ba akune be kasa ti asa enye nti sa ade ne enye de yempe because ye ni say Arab no de omo so omo moko makaranta na so moko Islamic school no omo sua omo ade dada enye compulsory enye force nti no education minister ne meeting me Ghana the whole Ghana force say ye nsua sa Arab no say ye nyina ye sori nyina ye ka say yempe say ye di padodo no nyina no ko yi say wona ode ba but the nation is yempa wonti me post sa ade no Ghana man ye de man nye yi nti ye nyina ye hori yankasa nti asa ade ne say enye na ye hu suban a eta ye kiri na absabe bonsame ba omma force obeba nkakra oba na boko na onya bewura mu wi a na ebehu because yenhwe Burkina Faso omo president no kro oye 100% ayi okramuni o se sa sha bia lo no onye den ompe woni manim ene na ada ne nsem a ekoso Burkina ye ni omo share bodo ekoso ye nche ti se ye makwan ema sa sha bia lo ebewura Ghana mu a menua ne yede beba na wanhwe Boko Haram kra na eye ade a eye ketuo bi ye den ede maye nti meje yesia na obi so ato aso me damase
kwesi nyamisha opa why the simple sometimes enye kasa bebre it's just how you put it what man is simple yeah that was pa
so me damase
yeah bankuma yes
honorable
1 minute
yeah honorable Nansia omusi yana ni regent no musini just last week omusi regent no something beautiful happened. Chief Imam Kohobi, he made the opening fencing prayers. The closing prayers was made by a Catholic priest. This thing didn't trade in Ghana. The closing prayers was made by a Catholic priest. So Ghana, as Muslims and Christians are peaceful.
Now they will be saying, "Oh,
Minister,
it's normal. It's something that
during the comment section,
or something like that. It's normal.
Even you,
that is,
you are the one who was moderate to me. A lot of people were hostile to me. They were taking me off. People took me off. People were insulting me at the comment section.
Can I ask you a question?
People,
Africa, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can.
We say Christians and Muslims, we live happily in Ghana. What about Nigeria? Is it the same thing in Nigeria?
Nigeria?
Yes.
Nigeria, there are some states that most of Nigeria has been divided into the south and the northern. And the Nigeria issue, they are friends, almost settlements, it has a lot of political influence, or political, or tribal.
Why do they have political influence? Because Muslims no do to turn Christians now in Nigeria. That is why there is no peace. And what we Christians and Muslims live peacefully because you guys are the minority in Ghana. Truth is one. If you guys become the majority in Ghana, you guys will not live peacefully with us.
There are a lot of countries.
Someone who video now is circulating. One video now is circulating recently about one of your sheikhs in Okase. Obididi Mohammed Atemwa. Yenkunu nipa nukunu obetumi akọ mo heaven la mo yeri. Someone who saw video no. That because you guys are the minority in Ghana. If you guys become the majority, you will do worse. That is why we are saying is that we will not allow any Arabic indoctrination in our basic schools. You can learn it in your makarantes, you can learn it in your Islamic schools. Nobody is disputing it or nobody is against you learning it. But do not standardize it in our basic schools and call it optional. Say, I call 4 years no, and I saw 7 years. No to me, say do Arabic class into me piama ya Arabic ya maintaining Arabic schools in Makaranta. That is what we are saying. We are not. Nobody is against your religion. Nobody is against you learning Arabic. All that we are saying is that we will not allow it to be standardized in our basic schools. It should remain in your Arabic and your Makaranta. Simple. Where you say you can't be cry. And you say you be higher the
proud. Manufana Nunsi near movie on to Atika on this realm.
Okay.
Why?
Every religion has idols of extremist group or extremist preachers in it. Go on and read on Law Resistance Army. Go with the offline read on Law Resistance Army. Make sure the Bible every religion has.
We know that.
You understand? So if you can't now, there's no religion.
Who say there's no need more trouble famba. As it stands now, what we are witnessing, you guys now, Muslim, you don't believe in the those extremist ideologies now happen in Africa. You guys are not condemning it. The issue of Nigerians no condemn it. The issue of Burkina no condemn it. The issue of Sahel states Mali, Niger, and Sudan, you must have condemn it. Say, oh, you here, very proud. Moon condemn me, you who say, oh, mu against it. Always be low key. You guys are in support of what you are doing because
the Boko Haram Muslims. They go to the mosque and they kill Muslims there. You don't know.
Or believe
no, do you know the Boko Haram living they kill Muslims?
Or believe in what they are fighting for. It is so common now you want to say resist it does not mean say or support low key and they also support low key and you say and I say won't try so best stop you my you say how could you when you say who's your baby kun. That's what is happening. We know. I have been to Mali before. I've been to Niger. I've been to Burkina. And I'm quite because that.
Also, you are not condemning Boko Haram. I'm going to set you the example that the Boko Haram you are talking about, they are killing Muslims. So what are you talking about? Buhari no be Nigeria.
You saw Mukum, but the fact so Mukum most of that no mean say won't me condemn me. And it's not Mukum condemn me. Me who say national like chief imam of Ghana. I got to tell you condemn me do more than that.
making any progress. Tell us one Muslim that they killed in Nigeria. They are killing the Christians. They are going to churches, killing them. Like I said, they are also killing the Muslims. How many Muslims have they killed?
I don't want to sound religious, but there's no way in religion that allowed killing. Even in Osha in the Quran, they say when you kill a soul, it's like you kill the whole human.
One kind of prayer. I don't know something. One kind of prayer. What can you nothing about Islam?
People don't know. Me, Africa, I know Obeka Samu. I went to an Islamic school. And I know only Obeka
Samu. You know what we are talking about here?
You know,
he's a liar. What can you anything about Islam?
The whole UK, like you are trying to rubbish their constitution, not Ghana. Hey, we don't know. We know what is happening. Look at how nipa yekuomo Somalia no muye inkramofono no muye inkramoku. Everything was imposed massively on them. Yeku millions, because in the name of we say now their culture, their identity, and everything has been told. Be and could do on say Kim Walabeko and could do on the culture of the people will be raised, their identity will be raised, their tradition will be raised. Everything Yana, the late Yana Wuye. It's not so converted into Wuyen. Who say no we are no but previously I no more no more converted or it takes days and sunny see your tradition, your culture, mamreni and money. I have for people die for Ghana in a cohono and sunny busy that you see Sayanan. But
that's not it is.
That's what everyone is here. But because also converting
no, that's not that one. That one if a chief die, the regent, and the BC, you see.
Now say Yana, you see the dada. The late Yana,
that's that one tradition. Go and learn
their tradition. Or converting we didn't know we and you see the same day. According to custom of the religion or converting a Muslim into we and you see Arab farmer. So meaning gradually that one custom ni tradition papa. Yeah, papa.
No. Yeah, if you don't
because more pen or watching all that we are saying is say
hold on, neighbor. Che, what kasa first for now ko buy banku kasa ni ko we dan kasa o so na o treacherous
Oh, my platform to my so you see, we have seen the signs. They are making it look like we are dumb people and we don't know what we are talking about, and that's what pisses me off, right? We have seen situations where they have been extremists with their attitude, and why do you think that when they were having that committee and describe the Bible as an object, a tool of worship, but then refer to the Quran as holy book? What he say? When they had the backlash, she came and she was saying a whole lot of like senseless things. And you see, we have seen the signs and the traits from them. Why is it that even from the grassroots, Ubeko Makanta, not almost show like you share tweet be online and they were talking about how wicked the sheikhs now or churches now why is it that Sunday school it was optional? Because Sunday school now my person is here a year I gladly just go home. What you say? Why are people being forced? And that is because as they become wicked from the grassroots. I'll give you a typical example of the UK never. Come to the UK and go to the communities where these people are dominant. You cannot live there. They are not tolerant. They are not. Go to the communities where the Somalians and then the other Muslims are dominant. You cannot stay there. You cannot stay there, and that is they kind of make it look like we don't know what we are talking about, and the fact that we are senseless to like highlight all of these things. Why are you trying to impose a language and a way of life of a certain people that are known to be violent in nature? Why? What? The funny thing is that we have religious and moral education that teaches us about all these religions, the main religions that we have in Ghana. Isn't that enough? If you think that you want to practice your Islam or whatever, that is why they have Islamic schools as well. Oh, we are going to me school, no, and to become a sheikh and whatever. Same with Christianity. After school, no, bet me Christian schools, and you go and study theology and become a priest or say you. That is why it is optional. It's not mandatory, and that is done at higher levels because they know that at that point, you are able to decipher between good and bad. You are able to like tell because they know that you are above the age to make like rightful decisions. So what I say, but trying to standardize it to the basic schools where these infants or these children have no say to these things is that is the whole problem. That's why we are talking about it. What I say?
Sorry, Mr. Rapper, I'm missing from T.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to know me back.
No, by 20 minutes I'll be back. Why?
All right, that's fine.
Okay, bye.
Eben. So you see, some lady be what I say. Article said, the way I was boiling up for that lady. Why you lucky pass we will see for. Even what's in the casa, you would realize that she's a very violent lady because anytime there will be I interjecting with like very harsh tone. I was like, this lady and we say I don't know your friend say a proud soul can this is like just like implemented from the grassroots. So they are forced to learn the Arab and Islamic teachings. They are forced. The antenna me say changina I have to pray 5 times and I don't have a will to say no to it. Like you don't have any will, you have to do it. Why are people being last like to that? Me, I don't understand why. Mahama, why are reshuffling no? But tell me why this mutakane fund they are still there. And to think that we implemented this STEM education. This man came in and we have heard less of Sanyama way about STEM education, which is the way out for all the developed countries. You have talked less on it. All your focus on is Islam teachings, Islam. Just say and that's why I'm always saying that he is just a radical leader. And your mistake near this your friend is saying presidency share one of these guys in some way. We can never stay in Ghana. I don't get this whole thing. Why the sudden love for Kasa? For a language.
Benkuta sanko for we money na omonya Ghana for. Omo implemented Ghanaians. Omo papa no mono ebetna ha time no a na omo protect anything abrofo no. And they've been here for so many years. In Tomo first omo Ghanaians. Wo busa omo ankasa so omo kurase e wo hia.